In this video, we're going to talk about how traders can use price action rules to navigate the market and identify high probability setups. So as a price action trader, I'm working with pure price action candlesticks on a chart, and the structure of the market right now, we're looking at ES, is telling me that we are in a consolidation, we are in a trend range. There is slight bearish bias. You can see this is the high of the important key level, but the resistance is not being tested at all, and the support has more bounces. So there is slight bearish bias, nothing too important, but something I take into consideration. So once I'm navigating trends like this, I'm going to follow the short-term trends. Yeah, uptrend break, push to new high. Market is trending lower. I can't take this first entry short just yet. This lower high cannot take it. It doesn't really confirm much. No structure established. We're just going sideways. The lower high needs to confirm something. Remember, this trend range is not valid yet. Only after you see price action going a little bit more sideways, you can draw this small consolidation. So now we have small consolidation, part of the main one. EMA is going sideways, and we have very neutral bias. So we want to focus on buying low, selling high, according to range rules. But because remember, we talked about there is slight bearish bias, what's going through my mind is I would like to sell some triple tests, one top, double top, triple top, because there is more of a bearish bias. I'm looking for some short setup near the resistance. But the bearish bias is so strong that market never made it all the way up here, and we are continuing to trend lower. So this is further confirming, okay, we may have bearish imbalance. For this reason, I'm not looking to go long. I'm not looking to fade the buy, the key level, because bearish imbalance will lead to brand new trend established out of a trend range, eventually break a new high, and you can see market completely reverse all the way down like this. So this is common. This is how you can recognize just by using pure price action that breakout is going to be successful. You have bearish imbalance to start with, series of lower highs, while you have for the most part static lows, and you have so many lower highs, it's so continuous that eventually you have a breakout pullback and you have a brand new downtrend. So once I can see price action working lower like this is what's getting my attention, and we are in the bearish trend. So I'm going to draw a channel like this. Fits really well. You can take into consideration some bigger channel. It's a little bit too early for that, so let's see what's going to happen. I can very well just follow this downtrend working lower. Okay, significant push down, downtrend aligns with the EMA. So right now as a trader, I'm looking for reasons to go short. I want to see high probability setup at the EMA, but I always need to respect the correction. So I have lowest low, first entry short, first break below. Can I get a second entry short? High probability setup at the EMA. I can, and actually it worked perfectly, but the signal bar is a weak doji inside bar. All of these things we don't like, so I can't really sell. Context-wise, perfect trade, but I can't really sell it. Now notice, we have not even micro double bottom. This low is still higher than this one. So chances are high that the market still wants to test new low for this downtrend. And this looks like a two-legged pullback. Market moves in pairs of twos. Okay, so we have uptrend break new high, so uptrend played out. Good. We have another second entry short. Why is this a second entry short? Because I can reset the count again. Okay, we counted here. First entry short, second entry short. Visual, new low. First entry short, little tick lower, pullback, second entry short. You can consider shorting this a little bit more aggressive. It's above EMA, but because those two legs are so broad, it's completely negating any wider channel. You're going to go lower, but this is the trade you want. Broad two legs up, correction played out, a lower high confirming the second entry short, and it's confirming the fact that we need to get new low. This is a great high probability setup. Lower high confirmation setup of multiple price action reasons to go short. We also had a failed second entry long. I actually didn't take the lower high because I looked away from the screen just for a brief moment and it already reached the scalp. So I entered the failed second entry long, but the problem with the failed second entry long, it's, as you can see now, you're selling much lower. You don't have as much room as when you're selling the lower high here. You don't have that much room to these lows, but I'm still going to mark it. It's a decent trade enough to consider. Still felt like an entry long, great bar. Chances are high it's going to make new low. It ended up stopping you out just by a few ticks before eventually going lower. But that can happen. You cannot let that get into your head. Not every single trade is going to be a winning trade. Downtrend played out, but market keeps going lower significantly even after new low. So now is the time that I can take a look at the higher time frame, 10,000 tick chart. And I can really find a good fitting wider channel like this, because we now move so far down and there is so many bars, so many low highs and low lows. I can play this wider channel, use this swing, anchor it here, but I have overshoot. okay? And you can tell price action is acting like there is overshoot. We have significant market working higher like this. It even makes you question, hold on, am I still expecting new low? You are, but you're going to measure the retracement. You can use Fibonacci, and if you are not retracing the 50 to 60% mark, you're still expecting new extreme. If you retrace over the 50-60%, you'd adapt to a brand new uptrend. Let's see what's going to happen. We're going sideways, inside bar here, and this is significant push down. So I'm going to redraw new downtrend, and now this is looking great for the sellers because this is significant push and confirmation that we're going to get new low for the big channel. I also have the secondary channel in play, and I keep repeating myself a lot, but I love scenarios like these when you have two channels that need new low. This is very strong confirmation here. You have a new low, first entry short, pull back. Now this second entry short is great. You have tiny overshoot, but it's not that big of a deal because notice how far down the second entry short retraced this push down, this bullish correction. So we're only heading lower. The big downtrend needs new low. So everything is telling you we're heading lower, but you have to be careful here because the signal bar is gigantic. Okay, it's 4 points, and it's not that gigantic when it comes to risk to reward ratio, but you're closing quite low, so you have to use the limit order. I used very deep limit order, so if you're going to use limit order, this is a great trade to enter. Two downtrend, new low, EMA keeps holding. Great hyperbolic setup. And by the way, one trader asked me why this is not a second entry short. The reason why this is not a second entry short, it's because you have to reset the count here. You have first entry short, second entry short right here, and now you have no low to treat this as a second entry short. There is no other low for us to treat this as a second entry short. Okay, you would have to have new low like this, and then first entry short, another mini second entry short, which you don't have. So this is a failed second entry long because we have to count from the highs. We lack the new low because we already counted from this low right here. But this is a second entry short again. Great hyperbolic setup. I took this trade right here, and I managed to get massive runner on the way down, and we have break, push to new extreme, downtrend played out. So perfect price action, and this just goes to show that even if you have losing trade, you cannot really get that into your head. I know definitely it's much easier said than done, but you're gonna have losing trades. That will happen. Sometimes you're gonna get unlucky. That will happen, but you have to follow the rules. You have to follow the trend line rule. Still take hyperbolic setups, and this will make you profitable over the long run. So I always recommend taking a small break after a losing trade just to cool off and be more composed. So because everything played out, I'm pausing looking to go short. Market keeps going lower. Now we're correcting. This is pretty much area of development. You can't really go long instantly because it was quite bearish and there's no reversal pattern, but at the same time you can't really sell. Sometimes traders are trying to sell here because they missed the entire move on the way down, but you have to be careful. Market is working higher. When I was watching this live, I thought there is a bigger uptrend like this, but notice we had deep retracement like this. So this is confirming, okay, the sellers are not done. I'm going to delete this. Retracement is too big, and it looks like there is some weird channel like this with the break and a new high like this. Breaking new high, breaking new high. I have to redraw brand new channel. You can see price action moves inside of these channels. So now we have a new downtrend. We expect new low. The main bias was bearish, so we're definitely following the main bias. Can I get a second entry short at the EMA just like we had previously? We can, but we have bad bar. I cannot sell below full bull bar, so I cannot take second entry short here. So the next opportunity is a lower high, but even the lower high is a doji bar, and it didn't even trigger. You would have to use the secondary bar, so this is just super messy. It's a shame because clear two legs, breaking new high at the EMA. This would have been great setup, but just no way to get in on this chart. Maybe if you have different bar, you can short here, but on my chart, simply no way for me to get in. Bad bar here, doji here, lower high, and even it didn't trigger initially, so nothing really to take. Small downtrend played out. Okay. Market is going lower, and we had some massive spike in volatility. I don't know what caused this. Some erratic news. And this is quite difficult because this completely distorted your initial price action, so you kind of have to be careful now. This almost looks like FOMC price action where you have to sit for a while and observe what the new structure is, because you don't want to be guessing. You always want to make sure you have your patterns confirmed. And this was quite volatile, whipsaw down, whipsaw up. I don't see no good trades. You definitely can't take just plain lower high, no nothing. Can't really take long. In hindsight, I can see spike in a channel pattern, something like this. You know, you have visual faults like an inch long, but problem is, you know, there is no good downtrend. It's technically a lower high. Tempting enough, but just not clear enough when you're watching this live. You have a second entry short, but you have uptrend in play. I cannot sell. I have short-term channel in play. Looks like one leg up. Okay, now you actually have sort of like a double trap. This is double trap. This is not that bad, because now you're starting to connect these first two swings and you can get third swing confirmation. Okay, this is decent. How big is the bar? Okay, 7.5 points. So ATR was completely out of control. I was on my break here, so you can't really take it. We're going to mark it educational wise, but you can't really take it because 7.5 points. It didn't even retrace back for the mid order. So this is mainly educational wise, but you can't really take this because it's simply way too big. The risk is too large. You can't risk that much. Okay, you have some overshoot, most likely wider channel because it's not acting as overshoot. You have another second entry short, but the signal bar is still quite weak. Weak bar, not the best body. This time it saved us. Okay, but this was not easy structure because it's hard to find a good channel. You keep having some overshoots. You know, after the volatile spike, market was quite erratic. This looks great. So when I was watching this, I was expecting eventually a lower high here, but there was no lower high. There was no lower high. Actually, if you have some, oh, it didn't even trigger. So no problem. You have a new low, first entry short, second entry short, but it didn't trigger. You would have to go short below this bar. And once the initial bar doesn't trigger, we have to cancel the order. Okay, market is correcting higher. I was still expecting new extreme for this downtrend, but prices are struggling to break below EMA. This looked tempting, but we're back above, so this was confusing. Let's see what's gonna happen. I still don't think you can go long because it looks like a visual 2 legs up, 1 leg break, second leg, so you can't take any long, but at the same time I cannot really sell. And because market is working higher now, I have no other choice but to redraw some secondary wider channel. At this point, I'm going to redraw a wider channel like this. We're clearly not getting new low. We have higher highs and higher lows. New high, first entry long, second entry long. So I was looking for failed second entry short. New low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. Failure. That's a stronger trap. It would confirm the channel, but there was no failed second entry short. But you have good push phase. This push phase gives you confidence in this uptrend. I can still use the swing, so not really overshoot. Can I get a second entry long? I can. And actually, these two legs are very broad. First entry long, second entry long. So this is a decent second entry long. High probability setup. Can I get a high-low confirmation setup? This is way too sketchy. Didn't even trigger. You have an inside bar here. This would have been great for second entry short, but you have inside bar. Another high-low, but doji. You know, great setups context-wise, but you can't really enter. And now it's getting pretty much way too late. Market is about to close now. So this is the overall structure for today. A lot of price movement, a lot of volatility. We started with bearish imbalance into breakout pullback and a brand new downtrend. Couple trades on the way down. We had decent second entry short right here. Then after new low, we have to wait. There's a new market cycle developed. And we had second entry short, poor signal bar. This would have been great trade with better bar. Decent double trap, but this was really volatile spike, completely distorted price action, no great trades here, nothing on the way down, so not that many great trades here. Now that I'm looking at this, there's also decent, kind of like this trade in hindsight, because you'll break new low, you have a bottoming pattern, you're not making it lower, push above EMA, so expect the second leg up, and you have a new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure. Nice momentum above the EMA. This is actually a decent trade, failed second entry short. Failed second entry short, we can consider that one as well. Failed second entry short right here because you expect second leg for the first leg like this. But I hope you had a good training. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to talk to you next time. click your trading,